What's up, guys? Back again. And as you can see, due to the big belt on my shoulder, it's actually really heavy. But it's SummerSlam time. What's going on? It's one of the 4 crown jewels of WWE. You got WrestleMania. You got SummerSlam. You got Survivor Series. You got the Royal Rumble. The 4 crown jewels. So who wins and why? It's a prediction show. Let's get it. In the main event, you have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a last man standing match for the Universal Undisputed Championship. I said that wrong. Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. They combine the titles and it's really confusing. Anyways, who do I think wins? Roman Reigns. Because it's Roman Reigns. He's the biggest heel in the sport right now. He's got the Usos. He's got Paul Heyman. They're going to run interference. And Brock gives him a hell of a fight. But Brock doesn't overcome all the odds. He lays out the Usos. He'll even lay out Paul Heyman. But at the end of the day, Roman will reign supreme. So, what does that mean? Will Cody come back and dethrone Roman? Or will Austin Theory cash in? But, moving on. In a U.S. title match, we've got Bobby Lashley versus the aforementioned Theory, who also is Mr. Money in the Bank. Now, Bobby proves too much, or is Theory playing possum? We don't know. But I think Theory plays possum, takes a loss, and then waits for the main event to happen and possibly cashes in. Does he succeed? Nah, against Roman? Probably not. But I think Lashley retains fairly easily. Hurt locks him, spears him, hurt locks him again, and we move on. So, into a very, dang, this thing's heavy. Into a very intriguing match. We've got Pat McAfee, yes, former Colts punter and kickoff kicker, Pat McAfee, in his first SummerSlam match against one Happy Corbin. Guys, I don't make these names up. WWE does, alright? And I'm not ruler of WWE. Having said that, back and forth match. I believe Pat McAfee reigns supreme. Excuse me. So, pretty straightforward. McAfee wins. Happy Corbin goes into a downward spiral. Maybe becomes Angry Corbin. I truly don't know. But moving on into what will be the Usos versus the Street Profits for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. That's a lot to say. And they'll have a special guest ref in Jeff Jarrett. So there you go. I truly don't know what that means. Does he hit one of the Usos? Does he hit one of the Profits? Does he eject Paul Heyman? I got new tag team champions because, quite honestly, I'm tired of seeing the Bloodline on top. And the Bloodline consists of the Usos and their cousin Roman with Paul Heyman. Does Paul Heyman run interference in this match? Yes, he does. Because he works with the Usos too. So, he runs interference, but it cost the Usos this time. And the Street Profits capitalize to become Undisputed Tag Team Champions. And what is truly a sweet moment for them as the last tag team title match between these two ended in controversy with Angelo Dawkins' shoulder being up before the 3 count, and the ref still counted 3. Classic overcompensation by the WWE. Moving on, where we have Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. Now, in a normal fight, Ronda Rousey KOs, submits, whatever you want to do to Liv Morgan within under a minute. So, but this is pro wrestling. It's scripted. Blah, 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 blah. It's whatever. Anyways, Liv Morgan just won that title a month ago. And the crowd loves that woman. I'm pretty sure she's under the age of 26. Young up-and-comer. Beautiful to boot. And, yeah. Go figure. So, anyways, Liv Morgan retains her title. Back and forth match. Hell, I'll even throw in Ronda Rousey putting in the arm bar. And an ankle lock. But Liv Morgan will counter it, hit her finisher, unlike the Money in the Bank cash-in, to retain her SmackDown title. Now, I gotta move this. God, it's heavy. Whew, that's better. Gotta give this shoulder some rest. Anyways, moving on to what could be the barn burner woman's match of the night, which is the only other woman's match on the card. So, but Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Now, if you remember last year, Becky Lynch came back at SummerSlam and beat Bianca in 26 seconds and then turned heel and blah, blah, blah bullshit. Anyways, 1 year later, Bianca and Becky again at SummerSlam. So, I'm going to go with Bianca because, 1, I like Bianca. 2, I did like Becky. Deserves everything she got, but they overdid it. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, Bianca wins, hits 3 Kiss of Deaths. That's her finisher. To retain the Raw Women's Championship. Now, this next match, y'all may know both of these individuals. It's The Miz versus Logan Paul. Now, quite frankly, I know this is just for clout because, you know, Logan Paul is got millions of followers on YouTube. I could aspire to being, you know, truth be told. But The Miz was on The Real World, went to WWE, he's been there since he was 22 years old. Extremely loyal to the company, wonderful person. I wouldn't know personally because, you know, I've never met the man, but I heard very different from his on-screen persona. So with that being said, it's a heel win, which means bad guy. Heel win, I'm picking The Miz simply because his buddy Tommaso Ciampa, who's also a heel, interferes. The ref doesn't see it. And The Miz, 1, 2, 3. Easy squeezy lemon peasy. And which brings us to our next match. So actually probably the opening match of the card. I'm going in reverse order. CBS did it, not me. So, the Mysterios, which consist of Rey and Dominic Mysterio, the first father-son tag team champions in WWE. Must be nice to do what you love for 25 plus years. That way your son grows up and you can say, hey son, let's go to the boss and become champions. Sure, Dad, let's do it. Anyways, they're facing the Judgment Day, which was Edge's heel stable, but they kicked him out. And that they being Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor. With that being said, the heels also start off with a win at SummerSlam simply because Dominic Mysterio will turn his back on his father and betray him to join the Judgment Day. How does it happen? Well, watch SummerSlam and find out. But I think Dominic's going to get a little too beat up. He's going to get frustrated. And enough's going to be enough, I feel. But let me know how y'all feel in the comments. As always, like, new guys watching this video, and gals, and everyone else, hit that subscribe button. And as always, love y'all. Peace.